I'm stepping out this evening. I and our lady crew. It's how we do. I wanna turn up this evening. I don't know, it's something about my mood. Out into the shower till I'm soaking.
Hello, 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 all of the kings and queens. Guess who it is? It's your sister queen, Sin of Men, and I am back with the 1, 2, 3, 4 shades of summer. I know it's been a while, but you know that's how I do. I can't help myself, really, seriously. But I'm back, and I came back with a guest. Yay! So you know we always do. We go around the room introducing everyone. So to my left, I have one of my kings, Mr. Jabari. Say hello.
Hello, hello. Greetings.
And on the other side, from the mother side, it's the man, the one himself who sometimes tells the truth.
I thought you was going to forget how to say it, be honest with
Nope.
you. Another blessed day, another blessed day.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So, tonight's topic, this one is going to be a good one. It's, are you a two-spirit? What is a two-spirit, you say? I would like to say it's a person that has dual energy of masculine and feminine combined. But I'm going to let my guest take over since he did choose the topic for tonight. So, where do you want to start?
Well, basically, I would like you to just, if you could see what I'm doing here, I have my hands up like this. And this right here is a circle of your knowledge. This circle of your knowledge. A lot of people are just locked into this. Tonight, I invite you to open up your circle and learn something new tonight that can change your life and answer some inner questions that you have. When I look at the word twin or two spirits, before we even came to this earth, we are all just energy. Okay. Once we get to the earth, we go through an embodiment. We are going through a birthing. We are born. And we take that energy into that child. And then we begin
to that vessel.
To that vessel, yes. Right. And spirit doesn't know female or male. It's just energy. It could be the energy of light, which is a representation of men, or it could be an energy of darkness, which is a representation of women.
Woman.
The woman cannot, the man cannot live without the woman. We as light need to be cradled by the woman, woman, which is the darkness, which
Dark
is mystery,
yes,
and which is also a representation of wisdom.
Absolutely.
So
women have the wisdom, men have the knowledge.
Men have the knowledge.
Balance.
We bring forth what is known as the illustration, and the womb man brings forth what is known as the transformation.
Yes, indeed.
So when we're talking about twin spirits, we're not talking about just a representation of male and female. We're also talking about what is known by many as the alpha and the beta. We have the alpha male, we have the beta male, we have the alpha female, and we have the beta female.
Okay, so let's pause. You're giving them a lot of knowledge all at once.
Okay.
You're firing off.
Okay,
It's
I'm
like,
firing
you're
off.
Firing, because a lot of people you have to speak to people as if they don't understand the terminology whatsoever. So when we talk about women or woman as being dark matter,
right?
It's like, okay, so where is that coming from?
Well, that's coming from the whole you and I verse.
You and I verse,
yes. Some know it as the universe. But those letters were never meant to flow together like that. It's supposed to be you in I. You and I verse. And that's how we are able to communicate and flow together.
You and I verse as in one song.
One song.
Yes, one song.
If you're not making a song, you are making yourself miserable.
Okay, so well, let's talk about where this originated from, because we talk about two spirits and people are like, well, where are you getting the two spirit from? Now, I actually did a little research, came across a really interesting article that was on Facebook. Shout out to all of my Facebook groups, by the way, because they be having some great information. And if you want to check the article out, you can go to Indian Country Today, actually is the name of this one. And it's called Two Spirits, One Heart, Five Genders. And this is basically talking about when the Europeans first came to the land with Native Americans were living, that they did not discover, that was already there. Yeah, I had to throw that out there. They actually called it the Garden of Eden. That is the literal Garden of Eden, because it says here, I had never seen a land so uncorrupted. They saw a new geography, new plants, new animals, but the most perplexing curiosity to these people were the original people, and it says original people, and our ways of life. Of all the foreign life ways Indians held, one of the first the Europeans targeted for elimination was the two-spirit tradition among Native American cultures. At one point of contact, all Native American societies acknowledged 3 to 5 gender roles, being female, male, two-spirit female, two-spirit male, and transgendered. That was interesting. When I, y'all see Truth's face right now. He's like, really? Now, this is according to the article. This is what it says in Indian Country Today.
1 second. Let's give a shout out to the chat room. It was good, Val. Everybody else, if you feel free, please comment. Let us know you're in there. Say hello.
Yes. Thank you, chat room. Thank you, chat room. So 5 genders.
Exactly. And basically, a lot of stuff stolen from us. We are the original people. They try to say that it was all about Indian thing. That was only because he was trying to go to India and ended up landing somewhere else. And he decided to name it India and say that these were Indians. But the whole thing is that it's all about the indigenous, which we are. And these different genders, they sort of broke it down as far as dealing with the energy. The light energy and the dark energy, those people that have both the twin energy, they broke it down and broke it into genders as a representation of the different levels of energy.
I have a question.
Sure.
Val asks, so women don't have knowledge? Could you break that down the way you broke it down, Sin? I guess she's asking.
What's the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
I love that. Yes. No, women do have knowledge, and knowledge is just a representation of what is known. Women do have that, but what it is that we say that the men have the knowledge, and when it comes to wisdom and the difference between wisdom and knowledge, the wisdom is greater than the knowledge.
Yes.
Because knowledge is based on what you know, but wisdom is based on what you do with what you know. Because the woman is more powerful.
As well.
Exactly.
So it's like we take the knowledge from man in his seed, which would be sperm, which is light, and we transform that into being. So it's taking what we know or what we are given and then transforming it into something greater.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Finesse.
Finesse is in the house.
Hello.
What's going on?
So what it also says here is that the term two-spirit came from respective tribes that did not want to be grouped with other races. They adopted the term two-spirit from the, and excuse me if I'm pronouncing it correctly, the Ojibwe language in Winnipeg, Manitoba in 1989. Yeah. It says each tribe has their own specific term, but there was a need for a universal term that the general population could understand. The Navajo referred to two spirits as Nalehi, one who is transformed. Now that's funny because I have to say I consider myself as two-spirit. I have always had that balance. You know what, Truth? I'm not dealing with him right now because he's in the back counting. And you know what? I might be Qual Spirit. I'm serious. But I have a lot of personalities. Hence the reason why this show is called 4 Shades of Summer.
Yeah.
But I have always had a very strong masculine energy and a very strong feminine energy.
Yeah.
And I thought that I was weird.
Well, it's society that does this to us. They say, okay, alphas be alphas, betas be betas, males be males, females be females.
And there's no in between.
And there's no balance whatsoever. We were not meant to be locked in another's rule book.
Absolutely.
We were meant, as it was in the beginning, it was all about energy, flowing as spirit form, flowing in that manner. That's what made us powerful, when we are not locked into someone else's program. So when you have that feminine energy, and you also have that male energy, all you have at that point is both light and dark.
Right.
Both.
Combined.
That is a combination. And what a lot of parents do is, a lot of, not just single parents, but parents in general, they want to make their males alpha males. They want to dress them up, put the football uniform on them, make them get into boxing. You're a man. Men don't cry. You're a man. You're a man. You're a man. And then what about when that male wants, I don't want to play football. I don't want to
go into the arts.
I want to learn how to cook.
Yes, I want to learn how to cook.
See, growing up. Exactly. Growing up, my issue was this. My father wanted me to only focus on being alpha, 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 alpha. Learn to cook, learn to box, learn football, learn what men do. Learn not to be emotional, learn not to cry, men don't cry. Learn how to hide your sensitivity. And he wanted me just to roll like him on that alpha wave. So you have alphas that are trying to lock their shoulders back and be the strong man for daddy or growing up. The thing that was really bothersome for me is because being a twin spirit, I have both alpha and beta.
Now, let me ask you this question. When did you recognize that within you? At what age did you say, I don't feel so alpha male. I feel a little bit more in touch with this. Did you always have this sense of knowing?
Yes, I always had this sense of wanting to be more than what I was presented to be. That was what that I had. That was the thing that I had.
Okay.
So when my father was like, okay, stand up straight, shoulders back, chest out, be a man. While he was going through that, I'm like, well, what if I want to be sensitive? What if I want to take my G.I. Joe into the dollhouse? What if I want to play with the new stove that has the light that cooks the cake? I don't want to build a building outside. I want to learn to cook. And so with that level of pressure on me as a man, in growing, a man in training, that was something that really broke me. Because I wasn't free to be myself. Right. Because there was this beta male inside of me crying to be free. And I couldn't be free.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because, it's large in the community, the LGBT community right now. And I think it puts such a, even in that community, like a divide. It's like, okay, I have to be, I'm lesbian, I'm butch, I'm, dyke, and these are some terms, of course, that they may or may not use. But I don't think it's necessary. From what I was reading from this article, is that one was indicative of a male who has a compulsion to behave as a female, and then a female in vessel body who has a compulsion to act as a male. But they saw these people as the most spiritual, or like really high beings, because they were able to possess and balance and walk this line in between two worlds. And they thought that those beings were powerful, and they actually had special groups on them. And so some of them, even with the men that were, masculine, they would go out and they would hunt and they would fight, but then they would come back and join the women in cooking and preparing the meals. And they understood it, and it was accepted.
It was the power source back then. I am not just African American, I'm also Native American. I am also a representative of the Creek Nation. And what we believe is that, see, we had all of this going in the beginning.
Yeah,
they just began.
1800s.
Yeah, they just became familiar with it and started to put the labels out. But we've always had people that were in our tribe that were one way and then another way. We've always had that. We always had that flexibility because we understood it was just energy.
Spirit, right. Spirit and
The
energy.
thing today that interrupts relationships is that we have, you know, you got these mothers that are like trying to make their sons alpha, and they put the pressure on them, and then they wonder when the son leaves the house and goes to college, why is he flaming now? Well, you put all the pressure on him, man up, man up, man up. And he was he had a representative in the home that was trying to say, okay, be like me or shut up. And, you know, I'm your mother, listen to me and keep quiet. And not saying that that was a bad thing, but it affected most of the men today.
I think that and do we have any comments in the chat or anything?
Yeah, Val, she says, that's crazy because women can hang up their own blinds and put up doors. Why can't men cry and cook?
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly what we're saying, Val.
Yes.
Exactly our point. But what I think is that while we have these relationships that are so strained, and you have these two spirit beings who then have to go into these communities like the LGBT to say, okay, yes, I am a male, but I feel like a woman, so I have to go ahead and be with a man. That's not necessarily the truth. I think that, like you said, the pressure that was put on children, so hard to be one thing. It's like when they go out into the world, they just rebel. And that's with anything. You tell your children, you know, don't do drugs. You keep it from me. And then all of a sudden they come back and, you know, they're heavily into drugs. So I think anything that you put pressure on with a child, they're going to go out and do the opposite if it's not done correctly. I think if these kids grew up in a household where the parents understood that they were two-spirit, they would have been able to balance that and say, yeah, you know what? Go out there and run that football and then come on back and make me some dinner.
Exactly.
You know? Go on out there and play some hockey and come on back and sew to make that dress for your mother.
And that is so true, because when the parent misses it, maybe because they've missed it, and I see that in relationships, we miss it from time to time because you have an alpha male in a relationship. Well, you have a beta male trying to pretend to be an alpha male in a relationship with an alpha female, and they wonder how come they're arguing back and forth. And after a while, the alpha female is like, you bitch more than my girlfriends. You whining more than my girlfriends. Well, it's not that he's whining more than your girlfriends, is that he was exactly, and he was meant to be beta, but society told him to be alpha. So yes, he began to get sensitive to you and wanted to slap you back. You know what I'm saying? Because of that nature, that energy being there saying, you know, I just want to be held. The beta just wants to be held. The alpha holds. Come here, woman. You know, the beta's like, hey, you know, anything I can do for you. Because the beta is willing to serve, but the alpha wants to be served.
But then when you have two, like myself, let's flip it, because we're talking about just men who feel like, you know, they have feminine inside. How about the women? And I just sat up here thinking to myself, like, you know what? I really love my mom. I'm like, shout out to mom in the next dimension.
Yes, mom.
Because I can honestly say my mother never put those pressures on me. I think she understood exactly who I was. And she always just said, you know, that's Nana, let her be who she want to be. Because at times I would be very masculine. And even my friends know to this day. And people that see me outside, I'll come outside in certain gear and they be like, oh, so, you know, summer's out. But then I can flip it on you and everybody, listen, my Instagrammers and Facebookers, y'all see, like I can rock my little hat and I have on this and I'll be like, bam. And the next thing you know, I'm all in my dress like, hello, I'm all pretty. So it's like, to me, you can have that balance and you do not have to define yourself or be in a relationship with the same sex because society told you, oh, well, you feeling like that, that means, okay, you in this category. I'm in no one's category. I'm in a category all by myself. You know, so I think like this topic is important. And because there are people out there wrestling, feeling like they're under this pressure.
And let me tell you,
got another comment before,
okay, go ahead.
Before you get started. I apologize. Val also goes on to say the domination of a female at home can play a big role why men don't want a woman.
Well, it's like this, and I thank you for that shout out, because if you do not train the man, see, a woman can train her king, her young king growing up. King, the stove is hot. Okay? But it takes a certain level of energy to say, King, the stove is hot, not because of it being a stove. It's hot because of the fire that comes on when the stove is activated. And when you have that domination, sometimes you just want that young king to arise in such a way so bad that you put the pressure on. You put the pressure on. And there's a lot of females that I know of personally, they're like, they put so much pressure on their male so-called child, or the child that they're thinking is moving with a lot of male energy, and they see the child moving with female energy, and they just keep on that child. I need you to change. I need you to be like this. Stand up straight. Be a man. Take the trash out. Well, I don't want to take the trash out. My energy is not to take the trash out. Can I cook sometimes?
Well, I need to further understand, Val, what you mean by that. Are you saying that when a woman is the main parent in the home, or the only parent in the home, and she's raising young kings, and then if she's aggressive, that turns them off from women? Or are you saying in a marriage, per se, in a relationship between man and woman, if the woman is too masculine, it turns a man off? I need to try to understand, but I'm going to address both situations. If it is a relationship and you're talking about a woman being aggressive to her man and just a relationship, if he's a beta male, he's okay with that.
Yeah.
He's okay with that because he understands his, I don't want to say his role, but
his energy.
He understands his energy.
His energy.
And so now the woman is an alpha, and she's taking on the alpha role, and he is the beta. And he's okay with that, as long as he understands who he is as well. But in as far as a woman raising children, that's why we need this balance. That's why we need male and female in the home raising the children. Because women, when they're raising young men as a single parent, it's hard. Because then we're trying to balance our masculine and feminine energy. We're trying to figure out how do we be masculine enough to raise good, strong kings. You know, so it's like it's confusing. You know, to us. So we're like, well, we got to be hard. That's all we know. Be hard, be hard, be hard. But that's not always effective as well. You still have to balance
it out. Well, one thing that stood out to me is that my father was also in the home, but he worked all the time. So it's as if my mother was a single parent.
Right.
So my mother is the one that taught me to throw a baseball. My mother is the one that taught me to throw a football. My mother is the one that taught me how to protect myself and wrestle. It was mom that taught me that.
Wow.
So she was able to, within her queenly role, within her goddess role, she was able to exert some energy and say, son, dad's not here. Your father figure, your father energy, your male supportive energy is not here, but this is how you throw this baseball. You got to put those 3 fingers at the top. This is how you throw a football. This is how you do this. This is how you wrestle and protect yourself in case one of the neighbors want to get live.
Sound like an alpha female to me.
Yeah, well, she was alpha female, but when dad came home, she
was able to switch
and became the beta female.
Exactly.
Okay, now you know that you're here. Now you can wear the pants. You take over.
And that's a beautiful thing.
I have a question. Is there a particular way, or how do we go about training or helping everyone understand that it is okay to have these multiple sides? Because I think that's the issue, and everyone hit right on the head. You know, you got to be hard men, and go out there and box, knock your cousin upside his head, hit him in the head with a pole or whatever, and women, fix your dress,
keep your legs closed,
sit properly,
poised, right?
keep your legs closed, but how we switch that role and like, okay, well, she's out here playing football with the boys, or she's in the field playing catch. And as far as the gentlemen, it's okay not to like sports. Maybe you're into something different.
Yeah.
Is there like a tell sign?
Yeah. You want to be like, ooh,
Yes, because we were dominated. They came into our territory and said, you know what? Y'all need clothes.
Right.
Y'all are wild. Y'all are uncivilized.
You either male or female.
Just got out of our little cave, and we're going to help you. We're going to help you to figure things out. We didn't have this issue when we first started out.
We were
building empires. We were building kingdoms. The article even called our places of dwelling, the land of Eden.
Exactly. The
They
land of
already
Eden.
knew what was going on. So if we take away all the domination and we just allow our homes to be just that, raised by us, rather than bringing in the rules of outside into the home, let your female energies within your home, let your daughters be what they want to be, let your sons be what they want to be. It's all right. Society only imprisons our minds to make us think a certain way. And let me tell you, the only way I survived in my home with dealing with my father was that I had two spirits. So when I was around Dad, I popped into my alpha energy. When Dad was gone, I went right back to being beta. And I even joined the United States Marine Corps, trying to prove to Dad, well, here's your alpha son.
Right. I understand that. It's just like what I just said about my mother. My mother just allowed me to be me. If we would stop trying to put people into categories, we'd be all right. If we just said, oh, well, that's my child. Yeah, she likes basketball, she plays football, but she can put this dress on. I think in society, we put so much pressure on people to define those roles, to define I am female, I am male, I like this and I like that. Things have to be like so definitive. It's like, no, it doesn't. I am. That's it. Dot. I am. That's all I need to say. Because people often ask me, like, well, who are you? I be like, I am. They be like, you are what? I am. I am all that I am. I am everything I want to be, everything I choose to be, everything that makes me comfortable. So I think that if we stop putting that pressure on to define things and just let people be, you will find that people will be more happy and they don't feel the pressure. Oh, I'm a girl, I play basketball, so you know what, now I gotta be gay. No, you know, you can still love you up on a man. You just gotta find one that's an alpha man or a beta man.
Yeah, because it's about the positives and the negatives.
Right, the positive and
People
negative.
try to stay away from the negatives, but you need a positive and a negative to get the battery to work.
Exactly. Balance. Boom, right? Like that. Hey, come on, brother. I'm about to hear some music in that. We're going to have our own church.
And you know, let me tell you, in relationships, we would be a lot easier with each other if we just forget about all the roles and just let the energy flow. You know, if the men want to cry, let them cry. Women, if you want to do whatever you do whatever you do without the hang up. If you want 4 or 5 men, you should be able to have 4 or 5 men, women.
Listen,
it shouldn't just be polyamorous. That's all it's all about. We should be able, bottom line, to be able to be ourselves without stipulations, without hindrances, and without this whole mindset that doesn't come from us.
True.
We didn't have a problem with it before. It's a problem now. Why? Because they said so.
Right.
Scratch that. Be who you want to be. Live how you want to live. Enjoy the energy. Because when this body is over, when this vessel is gone, the energy goes back into the atmosphere.
Right. You think energy is like, oh, yep, female coming on up. No. That's just energy. God, the source, the universe is not masculine nor feminine. It is.
It is. And let me tell you, as my alpha side, I mean, I love moving in beta because I love worshiping the goddess.
Right.
Okay? But there are times that I need to move in alpha.
Yes.
There are times if I'm dealing with a goddess that's on a beta level, then I have to move into my alpha level.
And what people don't understand is that energy, you attract with it. And for me, I metamorph into the energy that is presented in my space at the time. Like, so I have Jabari, his beta side comes forward with me because I'm alpha female in this relationship. Then another relationship, I'm the beta female and he's alpha, and it works for me. Yeah, perfectly.
Yes, you know, because alpha is like, baby, come here now. Beta is like, I'm gonna come to you, and what shall I do?
Right, exactly.
Okay? There's nothing wrong with switching that.
I love it.
You know, hey,
I know what's
wrong with that?
Right.
Get over here.
Look, he didn't even say
Get
baby.
over here.
What happened to
What happened to baby? Get over here.
the baby
And
part?
that's
That
all
was
right.
baby. Get over here.
That's
See,
all right.
the eyes said baby. You know,
Right.
Everything.
And that's all right if you if you would have beta female, that's all right, truth. But if you were an alpha, she would be like, what?
Right.
Excuse me? Meet me halfway or I ain't coming at all.
Right.
Well, let me ask a question.
Okay.
What about the situation when you do have some women that play the aggressive role just to get the further aggression from the male, but they're not really like alpha females?
Well, see, the males do it too. They come in, oh, I'm strong, I'm everything.
Right.
Then after 4 weeks in the relationship,
You know,
they don't want to take out the trash anymore.
I cry.
I want to cook. I want to plant a garden. It's like they step in a role to get what they desire to have, and then they step out of it. And that's called a lie.
Well, I think, again, I think we've talked about this on other shows. You have to come into a relationship knowing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a certain personality, then get you that personality or that energy. Don't come in there provoking something that you really can't handle to begin with because you're trying to be something that you're not. If you, like I said, if you are one, then be one. If you are female and you feel you have no masculine energy in you, rock on. Be your beta self and be in all your glory and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you a female that has that masculine side, rock that too.
Rock it.
Anyone that, and it's so funny because I can say this, on the show because I've, always been secure within myself. But my friends, again, and everyone else that knows me will sit up there and be like, yep, that's her. Like, they really couldn't, and they still couldn't say anything bad about me or be like, she doing what or she what? Because they'd be like, that's Summer, and that's always been her. I've always been comfortable. I didn't understand, but I've always been comfortable in this flip-flop. Like I really, really have. But now, as I've gotten older, it's like, okay, I can balance this thing.
Well, it took me a while because I am just now, after 49 years, understanding what's happening with myself. My whole life, I was made to be alpha, made to be the man, And then I finally reached the point that I said, I can't do that. I need to be able to have the freedom to move into alpha when I feel like it, but move into beta when I feel like it. I need to have the freedom to say, okay, I'm going to hold you. Or, you know what, baby, hold me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I need
to have that freedom.
I need you right now.
I need you. I can't right now. The bills are too much. I can't take the pressure. I feel like crying. Baby, I just need to cry. Let me be beta for 2 minutes, please. And it should be all right.
Yeah.
Not, men aren't supposed to cry. Give me a break.
I do need you two wonderful beings up there to really explain to me that transgender terminology that was said there, and I made the crazy face because I really need to understand that.
Gotcha. And this is how it goes. When a person is made to be a certain way all their lives, and they are just aching to be another way, as soon as the pressure is off, as soon as they get freedom, they're going to be what they desire to be. If the transgender is all about, let's say, a man that always wanted to be a woman, a male energy that always wanted to walk with female energy. So they go and some of them get the change. You've heard of the crying game. Some of them get stuff done. The breast done. It's like, you know what? I'm going all the way. My energy is leading me to go this way.
But also in the article, there's a picture here that they had. My screen has gone down, but they were the men. They would oftentimes come to the village, and these two spirits would be dressed in women's clothing.
Yeah.
But then yet and still, they would come out and they could whoop your ass
at any
all
point in
at the
time.
same time. So it's like But again, this is like identifying with the vessel that you're in, but also paying tribute to your inner being. So I think, again, because of the pressures of society and having to put people in these boxes, you have people that are just two-spirited who have now said, I'm just gay. because you know my mama told me that I had sweet sugar in me, like they said, you got a little sweet in you. Or all my life people say, well, you're a sissy, you're a girl. Words have power. So you know those things can transform being. So you're like, well, everybody else said I'm a girl, I'm gonna go ahead and be a girl. It's like, no, you don't have to. If you are still attracted to a woman, you can still be with a woman and dress. I mean, look at Prince. Love him. Prince, very androgynous. That man can rock a pair of heels better than any of us. Dance, split, everything else. But he loved them some women. And nobody, did you hear anybody talk about Prince? They would make fun of him in little shows and stuff like that. But when he walked into a room, he was respected. Two-spirit all day. Transgender. I mean, you know, like he would wear. Right, ex-gender. But same thing. You don't have to be into this category. You don't have to choose one or another.
So I have another question. I understand, or understand, like yes, I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
Fine, people up here. I understand what you two are saying as far as, okay, I am a male, but at sometimes if I have the femaleness in me and I want to put on or display some female traits or dress as a female, that still itself is cool. So as far as the universe, and I'm learning, listening and talking to you two, does the universe flip or change or feel some type of way when you have a male that does have a female trait, but he turns himself physically into a female?
The universe, feelings.
Well, I mean, like, okay, you're born a man, plain simple. And from what I'm understanding is that, okay, yes, you are a male, it is what it is, but it is okay to still have female traits.
Right.
So what does the universe say for that male who says, you know what, I want to take it a little further. Not only do I want to have female traits, I want to be a female. Gotcha. Now, does that shatter the universe because you're not being something?
Universe could care less.
You want to know why it does not shatter the universe? Because many of us have been here more than
glasses off for that, boy. I was about to get my butt with
I'm getting the capitals. Capital letters. Many of us have been here more than once. So maybe before they were born into this life,
vessel,
into this dimension, in the last dimension they were female. This dimension they're male. Dimension before that they were male again. So it's all about energy. If we just stick to male and female, we're lost. We are incarcerating ourselves with words, with titles. But when you have that male, especially, and there was an article about a young man that in his past life, he was here as a female. And when he was here as a female, he knew exactly how she liked to shop, how she liked to dress, how she liked to eat, what type of movies she liked. He had all that locked into his mind at the age of 5. Okay?
Yeah, I watched
his
that documentary.
His parents tried to beat that out of him. Oh, no. But in my other life, I know more about female stuff because I've been here 5 times as a female. And on my 6th time, you trying to make me do the male thing. Come on now, my energy. If we could read each other's energy, we would find out what's really going on inside.
Yeah.
I've seen the strongest men in boot camp, strong, big, with female energy on the inside.
His boots ain't shiny at all.
Let me tell you what, my bra's too tight. You know what I'm saying?
Right, got a bra on underneath his uniform.
Yeah, because you know what? Underneath the uniform, as he's hiding all this, there's all kinds of sergeants that are men with male energy. They say they want you to think underneath they got panties on.
Yeah.
But they're telling you they alpha.
Look at
I remember somebody had pink drawers on. But
Exactly.
Right. Look at Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is another one.
Medea.
He would open up, but that's something. But I'm like Dennis Rodman. He was manly man. Most people think he would put makeup on in a heartbeat.
Play some basketball.
And play the hell out of basketball.
Aggressive basketball.
Balance, understanding who you are. Like I said, not everyone has the two-spirit energy. So some people might be saying, well, that's not me. And no, it's not you. And if it's not you, that's okay too.
That's fine.
But don't beat down the other beings who have this dual spirit, because before I understood that it was a duality going on within me, I just was like, well, I don't know. This is how it feels sometimes.
Exactly.
But it's like this article like slapped me in the face. I think I read this probably like a month ago. Like,
Yes.
it slapped me in the face, and it was like, wow. Then I would think about all the documentary that I saw, like he was saying about the little kids. These are kids that are 3 and 4 years old. As long as the parents could remember, they started telling them about their past lives. And going into details to the point where most of these families had to then take their children to the grave sites or to the best places where they would been in order to finally calm that spirit within them, because these kids was fighting until they were like 11, 12 years old. Like, no, I was this person in my former life. I had this going on. I was this. So again, we really have to just come from a place of understanding and a place of not judging, and stop trying to put people into categories. Just let the people, let them be.
Let the people be. Not only that, and not only that, just to piggyback on that real quick, it's not just about the two spirits, because then sometimes you have 4 or 5 genders going on inside one vessel. You have 4 or 5 personalities going on. For example, the movie Split.
Woo!
You know, and one personality was a male, 3 personalities female. I mean, what do you do with that?
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, and when I saw that movie, all I could think about was myself.
Yeah.
I was like, that's me. Because I'm like, I definitely have 4 persons. Summer is, it's interesting because Summer can be, she is the queen, but she's also the masculine energy. I know, right? So that's like duality within one personality too. Then I have Ballerina, who is the ultimate female, girly girl, that good stuff. And then I have Sin, who, she kind of like, she's that more aggressive female. And then Queen B's just a maniac, but she's a female though. Queen B definitely a female. But it was, again, like I understood everything that was happening in the movie Split, because I was like, oh my gosh, like this so reminds me of me. I just don't have the disassociation part, like where I go into cell and I don't know what's happening. I know when I'm flipping. My friends know when I'm flipping. I have best friends who was like, oh yeah, okay, here she go. Summoning came out now. Up, Queen Bee. Oh, that's definitely Sin. So they've learned to adapt. And I have been allowed, and let me not say allowed. They have accepted me as this, because you know why? I accepted myself. And I was okay with it. I didn't make any excuses for it.
I mean, you're good. As long as you're not going into an invisible purse, we're good. You know what I mean? We know you're not taking it beyond the other situation. I totally understand. Understand.
Just overstand. There you go. I stand.
The conversation, and from what I can tell, I think the biggest issue with that has been, I guess you would say, those naysayers of certain parts of society, or people who think they know better than you. So they want to, this is not right, this is right. So you have to pick the right, and if you pick that, then that's not right, so you're wrong.
Let me tell you, wrong is the new right.
Wrong is the new right.
Wrong is the new right.
Because remember, it's all relative.
Everything that they told us was wrong was really right. They didn't want us to go to another level.
Exactly.
They didn't want us to, because they knew they were dying off, so they didn't want us to surpass them. Wrong is the new right.
Okay, I took it another
Evil
place.
is the new good.
I was about to say, okay, when I leave, I get arrested. You got my bail, because you said,
because it's like
Jabari told me that my wrong was right.
we're gonna be in jail together, but it's gonna be all right. I got your back.
I think this is wonderful right here, because I'm really learning some serious knowledge, and I just agree wholeheartedly that once you start putting labels on things, and unfortunately you have so many people in this world who want to be better than others, who think they are better than others, and I think that's why we continue to have these miscommunications, or people feeling some type of way about this specific individual, when this is probably one of the greatest individuals in the world, but you're looking at them funny because they're not what you're normally used to seeing.
And that is the very ingredient that destroys us as a people. If we did things their way, the black goddess would never be known as beautiful or seen as beautiful because of their standards of beauty.
I had the greatest conversation with someone because people ask me what's my religion, and I don't really think I have one. I believe I have knowledge and I fear all that good stuff. But I had to explain to him. I said, let me put it to you this way: when it comes to specific things, all of those books are the same as far as money, power, and women need to be in a place. I don't care if it's Catholic, Quran, King James, the Jehovah Witness. All of them roundabout money, power, and the fact that women need to be in a place. And I also, had the funny thing, like it tells you through those books that they read that it takes it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. But all of them want to be rich.
And again,
True indeed.
and again, that comes from the people that oppressed another people.
Right.
Again, that comes from the people that they call it the Roman image, the whole Roman Empire, the whole European cavezoid way of doing things. And let me tell you something. If we stay in that pattern, we'll never get ahead.
True.
They have taken everything from our pyramids, from our walls, and flipped it to benefit themselves.
Yes, they did.
So for them to dare set a standard, without us, there is no them. Why are they setting the standard on how we should live our lives? All those religions you just talked about, because I know a little something about religion. Former Bible college student.
I'm about to say.
Okay? I know a little something about that. It all comes from that which is European, that which is Roman. And when what they like to do is they like to put the man first. You will never succeed in your life until you learn to put the goddess first.
Absolutely.
So the women are supposed to be on the pedestal. Are we right next to them, or are we underneath it as men?
Let me tell you something.
Balanced.
We are empowered
right.
because of them. Because without the zero, which is the womb of the woman, the one cannot stand, which is the man. So the zero, the womb, the beginning of all things,
The infinite.
and the men. Without that, there is no man. There's that womb, men, not women. If you are a woman, you've already lost, because woman, that definition means of hardship, of a controlled nature. You are the womb man. You are the one. See, they've taken letters out just to benefit themselves.
Exactly.
You are the
What's
one.
the proper spelling?
The proper spelling is WOMBMYN. They even took the Y and turned it right side up. The Y was always upside down, because the Y, when you look at you trace your nose. When you trace your nose, it makes a Y. The Y means to breathe.
Yes.
They turn it the other way, which is witchcraft, which is
Exactly.
wrong. Because when you change any letters, you are involved in witchcraft on that level, on a bad level.
And if you think about it, the universe is a womb.
Yes.
Look at the universe. What does it do? It holds and contains life itself. And it's dark matter, which is what the womb represents. So it's as above, so below. It's balance. So there is no I'm, over you, you're under me. There is balance. That's what it is. But woman is the archetype, because we have both male and female within us as far as organs is concerned.
And before the tribes of long ago would ever go out to go to war, they would always sit with the elders and the women first before they would go out to go to war against anyone. It was always important what the elders had to say and what the women had to say, what the goddesses had to say. Because the fact that when a true goddess speaks, her words transform everything that they are released to activate.
Absolutely.
So when she says, you as warriors shall win, she's already spoken how the battle is going to turn out.
We talked about this earlier, that even in slavery, the first slaves, they would muzzle the women, not the men, the women's mouths, because the women would just be able to speak and destroy them and kill them. They would drop
Knock
just
them
like
right
that.
down. They would
knock them out.
drop, knock down.
They had to muzzle us. But see, again, we have lost so much of our culture, our understanding of selves and who we are over time, because we've been stripped of it and it's been replaced with this European, concepts. And so it's, again, getting back to your question, which I think we didn't win. Like, woo, even though we stayed, stayed in the topic, but
it needs to be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that I am over you, but there has to be a level of respect and understanding of who woman is. We birth life. We bring life, and men always say, well, you can't have life without. At one point in time, we were asexual beings. Asexual.
Make themselves pregnant.
Exactly. We can make ourselves pregnant. We controlled our menstruation. We decided when we were going to be impregnated or not. So
that would be so. I could. I'm sorry, but like, I understand.
It's the truth.
I know it's the truth, but like I'm trying to picture in my mind, like you can see her going out, to go ahead and pick a grape or a fruit or something. You know what? I think I would be pregnant by the time I get back.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it. I think it's time.
That's the power of words. There was a lady that I know of right now. And a shout out to her at this point. I know you're listening. She said in her mind, before she became pregnant with her first child, she said outwardly, I want male children. I want boys only. I only want to give birth to boys, to men, to kings only. Do you know that every child, and she has 3 of them, every child is a male because she spoke it forth and she connected with it in her mind, and so it was.
That's funny you say that.
Words can bring a level of material. They can materialize.
They do. Especially when the intention is strong behind the word.
We have a nice conversation about this one. So science, and this is we're getting the wrong information. We're saying as far as semen determine the gender of the child.
No, let me tell you something.
We be having
If we believe all that, then we'll believe that a cow actually jumped over the moon. You know what I'm saying? We'll believe that, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
Right. Science has been telling us things for the longest time, and now science has went back and changed their words on so many different things.
Science told us that the earth was such and such an age. And then we dig up bones and find out, wait a minute. Scratch that.
Right.
Sorry. Oops.
See, what had happened.
Right.
What had happened was
comes from a certain people. Now they're going back and saying, no, they're actually separate, the Neanderthals.
Yeah.
All of us don't come from the Neanderthals. It's like, really? You don't say. We knew that already. So, when people sit up there and be talking about science, I'm like,
one day they'll get on the same page together.
Right.
If it had not been for us, they would not know science. They would not know mathematics. They would not know astrology. They would not know anything. So it's like for people that are younger than us to tell us about ourselves.
When we say younger, I mean in spirit.
Yeah, younger in spirit.
In spirit. Not about this, how long I've been in this vessel at this particular space, in the universe.
Has nothing to do with age.
It has to do with spirit.
This is about positioning.
Yep,
who do you listen to? An elder or an old person? I'm going to listen to an elder.
Right.
I'm going to listen to someone that is connected to that which they're sharing.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, I just looked at the time.
I've been educated.
What happened?
I know. I'm like, I just looked at the time. I'm like, wow, that was like an hour goes by so fast.
Oh, it's gone already. I was just getting ready to tell you about.
Well, we have to do a part 2. And before the show, he's like, well, how long? He's like, oh, an hour. He's like, wow, okay. And I told him, I said, it's gonna go by like that. You can be like, well, I didn't even get to the rest of my stuff, so we'll have to do a part 2.
You just generally sit there and have a conversation. It definitely flies, especially a conversation that you're are like in, like, oh wow, you're sitting up paying attention. And I've learned a lot I'll go and do some facts searching myself.
Oh yeah, please, please. I always encourage everyone to do that.
Yeah,
it's like,
please do
listen,
it.
this is what my intuition has led me to say and to know.
And the facts are already in your home. All you have to do is ask one of your children, do you want to take out the trash today? No, I really don't. Why is that? I really want to
But I love to paint your toes.
I paint the hell out of your toes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
Well, most of them just want to play the video game right now.
right.
Get your ass up
But
and take
even
that
when they're
trash out.
playing those video games, you watch them. It's a different level of energy. Because when you look up the word Atari, that word in itself talks
Yes.
about a
Connection of
connection
cognition.
of the cognition.
Yeah, I need a part 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
to really, because you didn't blew my head with that Atari stuff.
Like my game, the number one. Like, yeah, they had us then. Using our own words against us then.
Yeah.
Atari.
You also blew my mind with the Y thing and the proper spelling.
Well, see, the Y means to breathe. So when you say that a book is by a certain author, when you say B-Y, the B, when you look at the letter B, is really our nostril. When
Yes.
you look at
they
your
turn
nostril
that
right
upside
here.
down too.
The B used to lay on its side like the nostril. And then the next letter is the Y. It's upside, it's turned another direction, but it's a Y. So when you say a book is by a certain author, you're saying that a certain author
Now, he
breathed out.
That was at snooze button.
Yeah, that was the news button.
I don't feel like getting up right now.
When you say that a book is by a certain author, you're saying that book has been breathed out of this particular author, the BY.
Like that.
B. B stands alone. It means just that too.
Breathe.
B. And that's why I tell people about, like, when the people say bless you or bless, I'm like,
no, because you're
that
saying
be
be less.
That's
you're
what
saying be less.
Be
you're
less.
saying, oh, God bless you. You're saying be less than you are.
So what would be the proper?
I mean, I say salute now.
You can say salute. You can say be more.
Right, or be more, yeah.
You can say something like, hey, you're awesome. They sneeze, you're awesome.
I say, get them germs to yourself. You know?
Right.
Don't share that.
Exactly. Sharing is not caring.
Sharing is not caring. But what you want to do is you want to release a positive word.
Right.
Because they came up and released a negative word.
Yeah.
They said that the word fun meant to go out and celebrate. The word fun actually means foolishness.
So does
Let's
nice.
go and have fun. Let's go and be foolish. The word nice means ignorant.
Right.
The word nice means ignorant.
I think you have to do a show with the proper definitions and meanings. That would be epic.
Let me tell you something. When you do a show like that, they killed Webster's Dictionary. They killed him because he found out they were changing the letters. So let me tell you, English words, period, all of them got spells on it. Because when they say, okay, how do you spell that? In other words, what spell do you put on it?
Right, that's what spelling is.
A spelling test.
It's really
Putting a spell, putting a ritual together as you create the word. Because why else would the word Wednesday have so many letters?
right.
That is true.
Yeah, exactly.
Why else would the
If
word
you pronounce it,
Thursday
it don't
have
look
so
like-
many letters? Yeah, all these, daughter has so many letters because they're adding extra letters to complete the spell.
Well, I don't want one of y'all to disappear, but I still think we need to go ahead and do that. Show.
Listen, we don't die no matter what. We don't die
We
anyway.
never die because we are spirit, we
That's
are energy,
right.
we're our soul. We will continue. We'll come back as a bird, a cat, whatever, or we'll come back as another being. But we do not die.
No, we don't.
The energy is forever. So we look at death in a sad way because that's what they told us to look at it as. But no, death
a
is
rebirth.
it's a transitioning.
It's a rebirth. It's like, okay, what am I gonna be next?
Yeah.
Woo!
The day that you were born on was really your death day in your last life.
Right.
That's the day you died on. That's the day you transitioned on. As far as our language is concerned, you never die. You only transition.
That's it, to
You're
the
always.
next phase.
It's always forward motion with us.
Okay, we're all gonna inhale, exhale.
Breathe. Get that B going. Let that Y. Work that Y.
Yes, work that Y. Work that Y, baby. Work that Y.
And as always, we got that heart up.
Yes, always the heart up. So, with all of those lovely spells that we just gave you guys, I'm like, please remember to tune in next time. And if you missed any portion of the show, they can see it at where, Drew?
You can check it out. It'll be up and loaded, but it'll be www.TrueVibe.tv, channel 1.
Yes, and don't forget also, guys, to check me out. I know y'all been seeing my flyers being passed around on the Instagram for my art of seduction classes. I'm like, ladies, even my two spirits out there. If you want to be more sensual and sexy and learn to, right?
Yes,
You like how I give them a roll.
Put shoulder in it.
Ladies, ask her for that video.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He had to throw me under the bus with the video like that. I heard it. I hear the tractor trailer coming too.
Actually, it's like a field trip.
Listen, you know what? I'm a perfectionist, and so I did the promo for the classes and all that good stuff, and there was some things that I was like I wanted to tweak, so I didn't put it out yet. But that doesn't stop you from calling me. 503-6331. Yes, that's the number. Hit your sister queen up. Any last words?
Be who you want to be, and that's free.
Oh, look at that! Another tagline.
That was
Be who you want to be. That's free. And remember, Jabari said it first, just in case. Truth. Any last words?
I was gonna say so, but it's the wrong show for me.
He wants two spirits.
Oh gosh, I can't.
But like what they said, you gotta do what I say.
I'm alpha. I'm alpha. I can't.
I definitely would say this is my most knowledgeable show. Thank you.
All right. Well, all right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, this was the 4 Shades of Summer. Peace, love, and light.
Love and light.